Papa, happy retirement. I am so happy for you. I'm so happy for just to have been raised by a guy like you. You're such a hero to so many, and to me, I got a front row seat at home, and just who you are, the joy and the life and the love that comes from you to anyone who happens to come down your path has just been a joy to watch. Um, what a life you've led and are going to continue to lead, and really just proud to be your son. And I hope this next phase is just as fulfilling as the last. I love you so much. I hope you are able to take it all in. Love you, Dad.
Hey Greg, I wanted to wish you a happy retirement and just celebrate the work that you have done as a youth minister and as a pastor, as you have shared the good news of Jesus Christ with others and led so many people to the Lord. You were so influential in my life personally because I came to know Jesus under your leadership and then to really grow in that faith. You were an incredible person to be around, still are every time I get to see you and visit you, but the greatest times of my life were really those days in your youth group. You made everything so fun, and whether it was singing a song, I was singing Brown Eyed Girl this weekend with my family and changing the lyrics of it to the way that you used to sing it in youth group. And I just have countless memories of us driving down the streets and being in inner city Atlanta or being in New Orleans and you searching for your lost dog Pepe and asking people if they had seen Pepe, or when we were up in the mountains and you were searching for the damn road and you were so frustrated that you couldn't find the damn road. I even think about the time when Don and I got married and you officiated our wedding and forgot to sign the marriage certificate. So we had to come back to you days after our wedding and get you to sign the marriage certificate. You always kept things fun, and you taught me to just enjoy life, not take yourself so seriously, and just laugh at yourself when those times happened. I know you loved to pick on me and always told me that I was so happy and that I was so easy to pick on. But I just appreciate you so much for all of the memories, from Cove Crest, where I accepted Jesus Christ, to Links, to Bahamas mission trip, Fort Apache, New Orleans, Juarez, Mexico, just every single inner city Atlanta trip, every single event that you planned and led us and guided us through. But really, we just learned to love one another and had so much fun, and that was all under your leadership. So I know the impact that you've had in my life, and I can only imagine how many others' lives you have impacted in the same way. So thank you for being a role model for me and someone that I still to this day continue to look up to. Love you so much. Happy retirement.
Hey Greg, Youth Guy at Settle. Just wanted to wish you a happy retirement. Thank you for all that you did for us growing up as kids in youth group and on mission trips. We just have so many great and fond memories of our adventures with you. I know you'll keep up those adventures with those grandkids and keep doing what you do to bring people to Christ. I can't express how much you helped me with my faith when I was growing up. So just enjoy your retirement, enjoy the grandkids, and enjoy more adventures.
Congratulations, Papa. I love you. I love playing with you. I love you so much. I miss you. Congratulations.
When I think about people who have poured into my life over the years and really believed in me, I think of you, Greg. I am immensely grateful for your presence in my life and just the ways in which that you've shown up in really small ways and in really big ways for me, and really always been a voice that is really loud in my head that just, is somebody who believes in me. And you just really meant a lot in my journey. And the times that you reached out to me whenever I had my miscarriage stand out. The times, really that spent in youth group, one funny story that I'll share, and I don't know if you ever knew this happened. But Landon, we were playing the toast game, and Landon, it was going around and around, and he would always unplug it when it got to you. So there was like one day where you ate like everything, and that was intentional, because I think that Landon was overplaying the game. Say hi.
Hi.
Say hi, Greg.
Hi, Greg.
Say happy retirement.
Hi, Karen.
I think he was tired of playing the game, but that was one of the funniest things that happened while we were in youth group.
Hooray, hooray,
And
hooray.
I'm so grateful that I got to experience life with you during that time. And then, as we continued here in Louisville, just to connect with you while that you were here. So anyways, happy retirement. I'm so glad to know you, and I'm wishing you all the best in this next chapter of life.
Greg, hi. I really don't even know where to start, but so many memories from you backing over the Wendy Smiths and getting out of the parking lot as quick as you could before anybody saw you, to picking up hitchhikers on the bus, going here, there, and everywhere with the youth group, to babysitting for your precious kids who are now all grown, which makes me feel really old. Just really countless that and I'm so thankful for those memories. And you were a huge part of my teenage years growing up. Huge influence through a tough time that I had with my parents, and on. You were just such a rock and such a solid person to come and get to be around every week. What a gift you've been, not only to me but to so many. And just those memories are just invaluable. So I just want to thank you for loving on me, and Barb too, just for loving on me, and basically treating me, as one of your own, just about. I'm just kind of at a loss for words, because there's so much that I can't even put into a 2-minute video, but I wish you the best for your future, and just always lay down your head at night and know the impact that you have made on so many people. I know I was just part of the Fort Valley group, but countless lives. And we love you, and always have and always will. Congratulations from Georgia. Love you.
Dozio, congratulations. I'm so happy for you and Mom to finally have just some rest after years and years and years of dedication to serving other people. I think back a lot to our youth group trips, and this one just came to mind of when we got a flat tire, and everyone was like crying, like, oh shoot, we want to be home. We were on a bus for 30 hours to Tijuana. And I was like, really? Is it that big of a deal? Because I just feel like you taught us to roll with it, and that's something that I absolutely love that I got from you. One of my favorite memories, though, is when we were on a trail, and it was supposed to be like a 3-mile hike, and like we're on mile 10. Everyone's like low on water. We're in the middle of nowhere. and we just didn't know which way to go. So we'd get to a fork, and you would just pick a random person, like, all right, let's spin you around and throw the rock. And whichever way the rock went was the way that we took the trail. And I just feel like that has carried with me. And I owe like my spontaneity and love of adventures to life with you. I'm so proud of you, Dad, and everything that you've done with your life, and can't wait to celebrate in this next chapter.
Well, brother, you did it. You ran the race, you fought the fight, you finished strong. And what times we had during all those times. Links trips, ski trips, gross outs, snackateria, ice cream machines, and a world of other things that we did together. I'm glad you made it to this milestone, Greg. Blessings on you for the rest of your life, and I hope you can enjoy all of that as well. Blessings. Amen.
Hi, Greg. Happy retirement. It's Jackie Miller and
Larry Miller.
we wanted to wish you a happy retirement. When I look back on your years with Settle Memorial, I think about comfort and warmth. We had been through quite a few youth pastors when you came along, and you just fit right in from the moment you stepped in. And being in your presence is like being in a big hug. So congratulations on retirement. We wish you well and are so happy you're back in Owensboro.
And Greg, I wanted to add too that I remember Jackie and I met you on a mission trip, a youth mission trip, and it was down in New Orleans, and it was at I think Celebration Church. I remember sleeping in a crowded room with about 20 little boys. Well, they weren't little boys, but guys, including your son Stephen. And I just knew then the way you related to those kids and the presence you had and the grace that you gave everyone. I knew that, you know, this is somebody that would be important in the future. And when we got home, Janet Land and I kind of looked at each other and said, I think we just met a person that might be our next youth pastor. So we sent you a letter and didn't know if we'd hear back from you or not. But lo and behold, you said, yeah, I'll come to Owensboro, wherever Owensboro is. I'll come to Owensboro and talk to you guys. And next thing we know, you and Barb were there visiting, and we talked it through. And we found out then that I believe Michael, I think, was a student at Asbury then. So you did have a Kentucky connection. Although another son, Stephen, was not too fond about you moving the family to Owensboro. So anyway, that worked out, and I can say that that was one of the best things Settle has ever done. And as Jackie said, you had such an impact on our young people as well as our adults, and just had a tremendous impact, and I'm sure you will. I know you're retiring, but I have an idea you won't be fully retired. You'll find another avenue for ministry, and God bless you for that. So happy retirement. I can fully recommend it to you. It's great. You can probably hear my grandkids running around right now, and I'm sure you'll be doing more of that too. So happy retirement, and good luck to you, and love to all your family.
Congratulations.
Bye-bye.
Hey Greg, Kevin and Susan here. We're wishing you congratulations on your retirement. It's wonderful that you're finally joining the ranks of the retired like us. So I think one of the things that's really awesome about you, Greg, is you always taught me about patience. You were a great example to me of someone who was spiritually patient and really living out the idea of be still and know, and really listening to people. That was really something that has really been a blessing to me.
So one of the things that we will both take with us is your Gregism of safety second. Now, not necessarily that we buy into it, which we've told you,
100% at all,
but I will say, being on youth trips with you and seeing you with the youth, because one of the things you said was, when I say safety second, they know they're responsible, and I saw that live out as they were doing life with you, that they knew they had to help each other because you weren't in charge of everybody. So I do buy into it from that point, but that's one of those phrases we will continue to use until till the end of time. Greg, thank you so much for being a part of our lives. We love being in small group with you and Barb, and we love how you loved on our Brady. You were just a great example to our entire family. So thank you. Congratulations, Greg.
Yep, we wish you all the best.
Consistently as a child, when I asked you for help with just about anything, you jumped up with a big grin on your face and said, "I was hoping I could." Over the years, I learned that that's the way you react to just about everyone. Any need you see, any way you can lend a hand. I hear stories all the time of ways that you meet others' needs, that you help out, that you care for other people. I very rarely hear any of those stories from you. It's just who you are.
Hey Greg, Circle K here. I just wanted to say congratulations on your retirement. I will never forget the impact that you had on the kids at Zor United Methodist Church in Centerville, Georgia. I remember when you came to town and I became one of the youth counselors working alongside you, and it was one of the most memorable times of my life. You brought enthusiasm, love, respect, and kindness to that group, and we had a wonderful time while we were there. I will never forget our first ski trip when you couldn't find a bus for us to rent, so you borrowed one from a friend and drove it yourself. I also remember the morning that it almost slid into the lake as we were headed over to breakfast. And I think you might recall the one child that maybe stayed behind and slept on the bus for a while, and we didn't know he was missing until he came wandering into the basketball game later that night. Anyway, those were all good memories, and you have just been the most amazing influence on so many people's lives. I can't even imagine how many people's lives you have touched in that way. So God bless you. Take care. I hope you and Barb have a wonderful retirement together. And again, I just thank you for all of the blessings that you've brought to everyone that you've touched in your years of ministries. Take care. Love you. Bye.
Hey, Greg. Alex Roach. Just want to say congratulations on retirement. Probably never ever saw this day coming. I remember when you started, or when I started coming to the youth group at Settle Memorial, I just thought you were a big kid yourself and thought you would always be a big kid, and you are still a big kid, so it's kind of shocking to see that you're going to retire. It's crazy that you are retiring. It's crazy to see that I'm 30 now and that I still tell people stories about going on trips with you, or stories that you told me while I was on trips with you. And just that story is stuck around in my mind for that long, and that just proves and shows how big of an impact you had on our lives as high schoolers and middle schoolers and everything. So just wanted to say congratulations on retirement. Excited that you're moving back to Owensboro. We miss you here, and can't wait to see you and Barb. Congratulations, Greg.
Hey, Greg. Congratulations on your retirement. I am super grateful that you shared the gospel with me 35 years ago. I have great memories of youth group ski trips and you helping me write my graduation speech for high school. Memories of the youth trip out west. Jumping off cliffs in Arkansas. Getting poison ivy, and anyway, some really great memories, but I'm also thankful for the opportunities I had to learn about serving the poor with youth mission trips, and all those things have shaped the opportunities I've had to serve Christ in New Orleans, and I'm grateful. Most of all, I'm grateful that you told me about Jesus. So happy retirement. I know that I'm one of millions of people who came to know Christ because of your faithfulness to him. I'm also thankful that I've gotten to watch your family over the years from a distance. Just thankful for how that's ministered to me as well. And I love you too, Barb. Bye.
Hey, Mr. Greg, congratulations on your retirement. It's so so earned after all these years. I just want to say thank you. Thank you for the years that you spent in Fort Valley and the impact that you had on all of our lives and ushering us into adulthood. Your stories, your service, your ministry, it meant a lot to so many of us. Anyway, I hope you and Barb and the kids and the grandkids all have a great time once you're all retired and relaxing. Love you.
Congratulations on your retirement, Papa. One memory that I have changed my life forever, and that's when one of the first times that we met, you asked me to be a part of a contemporary worship service at Settle Memorial United Methodist. And from that experience, not only did I learn a lot about ministry and leading people in worship, but I also met your daughter, and the rest is history. Congratulations, Papa.
I love hearing you preach.
Hello, Greg. Welcome from Sayuleta, Mexico. We just wanted to send you a quick greeting and say congratulations on your retirement. We just bless you and pray your next venture in life be exciting. And I'm sure after about 3 months of full-time Papa, you'll probably be begging these people to take you back to work. But anyways, God bless you. We just greet you and say congratulations. Bye.
Hey Greg, I just wanted to say happy retirement. You made it. Thank you so much for all the years that you've put in. You've been a wonderful role model to so many people and a great leader. You've impacted my life so much personally. When I think about some of my happiest years growing up, I think of all the mission trips and different times with you, and I'm thinking about Pepe and how you touched my life through Christ. So I just want to say happy retirement. You deserve it, and thank you for touching my life and many other people's.
Hey Greg, so many stories I could tell, from choir tours to links trips to retreats. But I think my all-time favorite is when Barb and I were supposed to be taking care of your apartment when you were away. And we got the bright idea to put clear Jell-O, actually I think this was probably Barb's idea, clear Jell-O in the toilet and red Jell-O in the shower head while you were gone. And she did dye some clothing items as well. But at any rate, you being you, picked up a hitchhiker on the way home, unbeknownst that your bathroom was sabotaged. And then you called Barb to come make him breakfast the next morning. And I know she was dying because she didn't know whether he'd used the shower, whether he thought you were going to do that on purpose, but that's why you picked him up in the first place. Mercy. I don't think I ever found out how that worked out with the hitchhiker. I don't know if you went to the shower first. At any rate, that would be an interesting other side of the story to tell. But so proud of your life and your accomplishments. So proud to know you and proud of you. So many things you taught me that prepared me for being the mother of boys, like gross outs at Bible study. Not many people that'll teach you in life how to blow your nose in a biscuit and eat it, or how to brush your teeth after 5 other people have used the same toothbrush and water. But those skills actually really came in handy working with youth and raising my own boys. The truth is, Greg, you are way before your time. You taught us about inductive Bible study, contemplative worship, sacred space, so many things outside the box that you taught us long before there were buzzwords at youth specialties or anywhere else. And I will forever be grateful to you for the impact you've had on me, the imprint you've left on my soul and my heart. The person I am is somewhat because of who you are, and Barb. Can't leave Barb out of this. And Barb and I made a trip to Kalamazoo and stayed at a really special hotel one night, and we're lucky to be alive. So Barb can tell that story too. I love you both so much. You're so important to me and so precious. And I hope you enjoy your time off and we get to see you more often. Love you.
Hey Greg, this is Peyton. Just wanted to say happy retirement and thank you for everything that you did while I was a member of the youth group at Settle. I have nothing but fond memories of us going to youth group on Sunday nights, doing 30-hour famines and going on mission trips. In fact, wearing the shirt from one of those mission trips today. It was the Arizona mission trip to the Native American reservation. I had a great time and I learned a lot, and I think that we did a lot to help the communities anytime that we went somewhere. So I really appreciate everything that you did. You had a great impact on a lot of kids, and wish you the best of luck with retirement.
Happy retirement, Greg. We're so thankful that you came to Settle and to have you as a big part of our lives. You've been so instrumental in fostering that spiritual growth and creating such a safe space in the youth group for all my friends, and a place where everyone felt so included and so welcome always. We're so thankful forever for you. Happy retirement.
Hey Greg, Barb, love you both. You all were both amazing. I've said it a million times, but I wouldn't give $1 million for the influence you had on Abby growing up. As you can tell, she turned out great. Love you both. And Greg, I'll always take with me, there's nothing that a good friend, a cup of coffee, and some Jesus won't cure. Love you guys.
Congratulations on retirement. I know it's not the end of your work or your mission, but it is the next phase, and so I'm pumped for you. I'm really excited to see what happens and where you go from here. You know, I think about my entire life with you in ministry and growing up in that and around that, and how fortunate I am to have experienced my upbringing with you as a youth minister and a pastor. And my earliest and most fond memories of childhood, you know, revolved around, you know, the youth group and your youth groups long before I was old enough to be in one of your youth groups. And I think it impacted the way I see life and live life and see other people, was the way that at such a young age, I was always treated as an equal to you, an equal to your youth group, the kids in your youth group, and I was just able to be and was accepted for who I was, even though I was a little, you know, 6-year-old Michael running around with teenagers on trips out west, on trips late night to gymnastic centers, to breaking into old basketball courts in Fort Valley to play late night basketball, to games of capture the flag in the woods. And I feel like I have carried that, and because it became a part of me, to see everybody as capable, as just a part of this life that we do together, and really treat everyone, no matter who they are, as, you know, as if they have a lot to give. So there's a lot that I learned and continue to learn from you, and I love you, and I'm so excited for what you have coming next.
Hey Greg, it's Jason Stump. Congrats on your retirement. I'm up here at Junaluska, which I guess is a pretty fitting place to film your retirement video. I guess there's so many memories, but I guess one of my favorites is just going to Snowshoe. I believe we shot fireworks at the cops. They were coming up the mountainside that we didn't know were cops, but I think we got asked to not come back anymore. But man, what a great time, what a great career. Congratulations to you and Barb. I know you couldn't have done it without her by your side. And I just want to thank you for everything that you did for me and for our class of 1994, Fort Valley. We love you, man. Thank you so much, and enjoy your retirement.
41 years ago, I was in high school, and a friend told me that her church youth group was going on a weekend trip to the mountains in a specially designed bus that you traveled in during the day and converted to a sleeper bus at night. The group was called Fellowship of Christians in Action, or LINKS. I said, absolutely, I would love to go. So I got on that bus on Friday, and on Monday morning I got off a changed person. My heart was so full. I had learned about Jesus. I learned about trust, friendship, people who listened, people who cared. The leaders of this troop were Greg and Barb Rose. At the end of the trip, Greg and Barb welcomed me into their lives. I started to attend Park Avenue Baptist Church. I started to go to Links meetings at a church in Frontenac. I was so excited to learn and grow in Christ. After high school, I was honored to start working with Links. I loved traveling with Greg and Barb on the Links trips as staff. I was able to see Greg teaching other youth, just as he had with me, changing lives on every trip. I wanted many young adults to accept Jesus into their hearts. I watched as he accepted everyone just as they were, just as he had done for me. One of the many memories of the night was I was baptized. The church in Frontenac where Links meetings were held was on the river, so Greg and I waded out in the river and I was baptized. This moment will be with me forever. As time went on, Barb and Greg welcomed their first child, a beautiful baby girl that they named Davy. Watching Greg and Barb become parents and watching how they raised her with patience and love in a God-centered home was a gift. I was blessed to help watch Davy and see her grow from baby to toddler. In 1983, because of Greg and Barb and the Links family, I met my husband, now of 38 years. I often reflect that if I had not gotten on that bus, if Greg and Barb had not taken the time to love me, guide me, things would have been so different. I got married and Greg performed the communion, Barb was my matron of honor, and Davy was my flower girl. A perfect day to be surrounded by people who changed your life. Time went on and Greg and Barb were called to other states and other ministries. I am privileged and honored to tell you today that because two people touched my heart, taught me about Christ, prayer, love, because they invested with me with friendship, that today I'm still happily married. I have 2 children that I raised just like what I saw from Greg and Barb. They are Christians that love God and live wonderful lives. My grandchildren love Jesus. My granddaughter sings Christian songs from artists that Greg and Barb and I listen to on Links trips. It brings such joy to me. So not only did Greg and Barb touch the life of a lost, lonely teenager, they touched the lives of my children and their children. A year or so ago, Greg and Barb came to Florida. They stopped by for a visit. We picked right back up where we left off. Greg took the time to sit on the floor and read my granddaughter a book. She was so excited. When she hears me talk about Greg and Barb, she remembers that time that he took to play with her. This is Greg. Greg, congratulations on your retirement. We all know that even though you are retired, you will still touch the lives of others for a very long time. Thank you so much for everything you and Barb have done for me. I am who I am today because of you both. I love you dearly. Take care.
Hey, Greg.
Hi, Greg.
Bill and I have been talking about what we wanted to say to you. You're an easy person to talk about. I, of course, thought about your name, Greg, and some things, acronyms that go with you, like your first letter of your name is G, and the first word that came to my mind about Greg Rose was that you're so gracious, always gracious, and always kind. And then when I got to the R, the first word that came to my mind was rambunctious. Now, if you had not been rambunctious, our kids probably would not have cottoned to you. But that bus up at those concerts, the trip out west with you and Will in the ocean, you were just rambunctious back then. And it really appealed to our kids. Gosh, how much you meant to them. And still do. And then the E, G-R-E, I thought of elevate. You always have elevated people. You're an elevator. You're an elevator. And then the last G was, for me, you are and always will be the greatest youth pastor in the whole wide world. We love you. What do you think about Greg?
Well, Greg, you know, we go back a few years. I remember meeting a young kid who had just met Jesus, relatively speaking, kind of like I had. We'd come from very different paths, but we started the journey of getting to know Jesus kind of in a similar time in our lives when we were younger. And as I watched you grow, with a couple of things that really have stood out when I think about you is I love your drive and your devotion to know Him. You were seeking to understand who Jesus was, and in that understanding, you did an incredible job of being able to relate that where people could understand who He was through you, and opening the door in people's hearts to who Jesus really is such a gifted calling that you have, as you have impacted people with showing Jesus to people in the flesh as an example of the incarnate God. And so when I think about the ability to relate Him, Jesus, to people, I think about Greg Rose and how you did it. And then one of the traits I've always felt that Jesus had was He was winsome. People were drawn to Him not just because of the wonders and the magic that He did, but I think just by the way He smiled, and the way He walked, and the way He talked, and the way He lived. And I think that's what I saw in Greg, that as you walked across the street in those early days to pick up 45 RPMs that had been flown from one side of the street to the other, in fun, that rambunctious Greg, there was a walk about you that was winsome. And there's so many things I can say about you that drawn me to you throughout conversations, throughout times of sitting on the porch at Indian Spring, watching you sweat back there in those hamburgers, in a situation that does not lend itself to being winsome, conditions hot, people hollering at you, everything going on, but the smile and the Greg Rose winsomeness always showed up. And that is such a wonderful trait that you have to show people your Savior. And I love you, brother, and I'm excited about this next stage in your life where you're getting into whatever you do, and don't ever quit being rambunctious and winsome
and
for
gracious
Jesus.
and an elevator. And I hope that you get to influence some youth too along the way. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Congratulations on one phase of ministry, headed to the next.
Right. We love you so much, buddy.
Yeah.
See you at Indian Springs.
Bye.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Hey, Greg. Beth Bell and Kristen Griffin. And when I think, first of all, congratulations on your retirement. And when I think of Greg's stories, I think about you going off the diving board with the kid. I mean, you always had as much fun, if not more, than the kids anywhere we went. And one story in particular, when we were going to Washington, and you were driving the bus, and I had the map, and I was telling you which directions to go. I said, I think we get off on this exit. So you said, okay. We got off on the exit. And I said, oh, shoot, Greg, I told you the wrong directions, and we weren't supposed to get off on this exit. And you said, well, let's just see where this road takes us. And it ended up being going down to one lane around curves and hills, and there was a new mom that was, I think, doing a lot of praying on that trip. So anyway, I enjoyed you, Greg. I enjoyed working with you at the youth group, and I appreciate how much you always poured into the kids and to me. And so congratulations, and we love you.
Hey, Greg. One of my favorite memories, of course, is the infamous whitewater rafting trip where it was almost too dangerous to ride, and the tour guide said, I really don't think we should do it. And you said, let's just go for it. Fun comes first, then safety. So,
Greg's motto.
I appreciate how much love and support you've shown to all of us, not only my family and the kids in the youth group, but the friends that we brought as well, all the way up to our weddings and stuff. So congratulations, Greg. We love you.
Greg, I'm sitting here celebrating 48 years of marriage, and I'm trying to figure out if I knew you before Joe or after Joe. But she's the love of my life, but you're not far behind. And I, simply want to tell you I love you and wish the best for you. And I'm still hoping Joe and I can get up and hear your last Kumbaya sermon. And you say it, I'll sing. It only, anyway. Have a blessed whatever. I hope this gets through. My wife, I'm pretty sure, has no ability to get it where it's supposed to go, but we'll try. Over and out.
Hey Greg, happy retirement. I look back on all my times with Settle Youth so fondly, even the time that we went to Marengo Cave at 30-hour famine and had to walk through waist-deep cold water and I had to drive home in wet jeans, even that. But yeah, thank you so much for your dedication to ministry and to young people and all people. You taught me so much about just how to love on everyone and appreciate everything you've done for me and for others. So enjoy retirement and blessings to you.
Hey Greg, this is Marcia from Pittsburgh, PA. I remember you from Fort Valley days, those youth group trips and all of the lessons and love that you poured into us in those years. And I just wanted to let you know that those made such a huge impact on my life. I am in ministry now and have been for 30 years, and I can look back and know that a lot of that is based on what you fed into me all of those years ago. There's some things that bring you to my mind quite often. If anybody mentions Key West, I think about our trip on the Lynx bus down there one year. Also, when anybody mentions Cocoa Beach, I think about how you used to tell us that you could walk on top of the trees. There's just so many memories and trips that we went on, and I just am so thankful for how you followed the call that God put on your life. I am so excited to see the great adventure that you're going to have now that you're retiring, and I cannot wait to hear about it. All right, love you, Greg.
Going back and thinking of my older memories, the only thing I knew about my papa was two things. The first was that he was a preacher and he was really kind. And the second one was that you could get away with about anything when he was around. And so he was just your crazy, fun, kind grandpa. And when my mom would say, "Hey Mercy, let's go over to Grammy and Papa's house," the first thing I would think in my head was, "Yay, this is the best day ever."
Greg, I hear congratulations are in order for your retirement, and I'm just excited for you to have more time with the grandkids and all that. I just wanted to say I'm so thankful for you and your influence on my life as a young man. Your faith drew me in probably more than, I had a good Christian family, as you know, and they love God, as you know. Your style was the most like the style I wanted to be like when I grew up, which was passionate, really, really just absolutely loved Jesus in a way that was kind of a whole person method. And you were willing to listen, willing to teach, and just a great model for me as I kind of built my own life and faith, and then just been such a present person in my life. One of the few in the early days, and then even now, like a year ago, you drove over here when my mind was crashed and unable to function. You still have just loved me over the years, and I'm just so thankful for you and your ministry and your life, and the impact on my life is that's a forever kind of investment that you've made in my heart and my family, and I try to do what I do many ways with things that I learned kind of sitting in your living room and just sitting on the engine in the big bus driving with you to various places, late at night, and then breakfast at Indian Springs over the years. So I'm just so excited for you. I wish you just happy times and a lot of good investment time with your kiddos around you, and I look forward to seeing you soon. I'll see you at Indian Springs, but love to stay connected here in Kentucky and meet you in the middle a little bit in the next year. So love you. I'm so thankful for you, and congratulations. Well done, Greg. Well done.
Good morning, Greg Rose and Barbara. I'm just so proud to be able to leave a little video message and tell you how thrilled we are that you are fixing to retire. Bill retired 2 years ago and has loved every minute of it. And as a bonus for us that live in Owensboro, you'll be moving back here, so maybe we can run into you and be able to see you and have you over for a meal. We've been vaccinated, so you'd be safe. And we're just so glad that you're going to be calling Owensboro your home. Wish nothing but the very best for you two. Love you both. See you soon.
Hello, Greg. Mentors here. We're just wanting to wish you a happy retirement and tell you how much you've meant to us for over these years.
Yeah, and I don't know what retirement means for you. I would like to say that had some great times with you. You were a friend, a mentor, and an inspiration. I enjoyed trips going to Mexico, the Arizona Indian Reservation, down to Florida, Cocoa Beach, and also up to Tennessee. And you meant a lot, not only to me, but my whole family. And so whatever retirement means for you, I hope you enjoy it, but I think you will still continue to inspire people just because that's the kind of person you are and that's in your nature. But we wanted to say happy retirement, and we love you, and hope to see you again soon.
Good luck.
Greg, I just want to tell you happy retirement. From as long as I can remember, you've been a part of my life, and everything about you was happy, was fun, was full of Jesus, and you taught me so much. And now it's kind of cool that I'm working with the boys, and so you're still a part of my life. It's just, I like the way God works, how he just puts it all together. And I just want to thank you for your influence in my life, and I will be forever grateful for all you taught me about Jesus.
Hey Greg, hey Barb. I just wanted to wish you both a big congratulations on your retirement. Pastor Greg, we're really going to miss you. I feel like you weren't here long enough, but we have some great memories. I'll never forget the Uganda mission trip. That was life-changing for me, and I'm just so blessed to have been a part of that with you all. I wish you nothing but the best. Have fun with your grandkids, and I hope you do lots of traveling. We love you, and we will miss you, and please keep in touch.
I love you, Pepper, as we more than anybody else in the whole neighborhood, and anybody in the whole neighborhood, even more than anybody in the whole neighborhood, and then us.
Wow, what?
I hope you have the best job ever when you have a new one, and I hope it's going to be a firefighter.
Oh, wow. What do you want to say to Papa Ray Ray?
Good when you jump this floor.
Good.
I love you. I celebrate DT's birthday.
You celebrated DT's birthday? Did you just say congratulations being done with work? That was nice, Ray Ray. We love you, Papa.
We love you.
We love you so much, Papa. You are just absolutely the best. I am so grateful that my kids get to call you Papa, and what a treat for so many people
What a treat for you're done with work.
Yeah, so wonderful that so many people got to feel loved and cared for by you for so many years. I don't even know how many, but we love you, and I'm excited to see what this next phase of life looks like for you. Have a great day. I hope you feel so celebrated.
Hey Greg, it's Robin Rader here. I wish I could be there with you in person today, but instead I wanted to send this quick message to let you know what a huge blessing you were in my life. Through fun and play, you not only gained my trust as a friend, but also as my minister, which allowed me to start my daily walk with the Lord. I will say some of our adventures made me trust your insanity, especially the time I was hanging off a mountain edge while mountain climbing. Thank you so much for being you. You and Barb always welcomed us, not only at church, but also into your homes. Congratulations on your retirement. Enjoy those grandchildren and those Braves games. Love you, Greg.
Have a beautiful day after your work.
Yeah.
Have a beautiful day. I love you.
Hi, my name is Tom Harbove. I met Greg in the summer of 1979. I was a mechanic and he was the general manager of a ministry called the Fellowship of Christians in Action, also known as the Links. It was a bus ministry that took youth on trips to the Smoky Mountains and back all in a weekend. I remember we had a mechanic that worked with us that came from a missionary background that built churches all over the world. And he made a statement about Greg, that Greg was more heavenly minded than earthly good. But that was far from the truth, because Greg was a friend to the friendless and loved the unlovely, and that was me at the time. Later in life, I asked Greg to be the best man at my wedding, and after the reception, as my wife and I were headed back to our apartment to change and start our honeymoon, the chairman of Christians in Action's 10-year-old son came knocking on our door saying, "Tommy, can you drive me back to the church? Greg had me hide in the back of your hatchback and cover me with newspaper." Well, this was in Florida in late summer, so you can imagine how hot it was. Well, I took the boy back to the church, and my wife and I started our journey. Greg, I just want to say that it's an honor that I can call you my friend, and I hope the very best for you and Barb in your retirement.
Hey Greg, the youth guy at Settle. I hope you enjoy retirement. Thanks for all you did for us in middle school and high school.
Oh, Papa.
Hello, Greg. I just want to say thank you for the impact that you made on my life. You came to Fort Valley United Methodist Church when I was just 17 years old, and you became our youth director, and I appreciate so much your love for Jesus. You showed me Jesus in a way that nobody else had been able to, because Jesus was so real to you. I want to say thank you for that. I thank you for being there for all of our youth group, taking us on the old church bus, on all the choir tours and all the fun we had. It's just, talking to you just brings back so many fabulous memories. And I'm just so thankful that we've all been able to stay friends through all these years. And I treasure your friendship. And congratulations on your retirement. Take care. Love you. Bye.
Hey Greg, congratulations on your retirement. An amazing feat. Your career has touched so many lives and affected so many people. The width and depth of that pool of people is amazing. I just can't fathom how big it is. You've been in youth ministry for a long time and then moved into the regular ministry. You've touched people for 40 plus years, and the amount has got to be incredible. You worked so hard to live the life of, when people see you, they really see Jesus, and that's an amazing thing to be able to do. You did it extraordinarily as a youth leader, and you do it again extraordinarily as a regular worship leader and a minister. You've affected my family over the years. You first started out loving on my son Aaron, and Stephen and Aaron became good friends, and our families became good friends from that. Through that relationship, we also got taken to Indian Springs Holiness Campground, which obviously is an important thing in PJ's in my life now. And one of the reasons is because we have a cottage next door to the Roses, and we absolutely love seeing you guys there and being with you during those 10 days. And we've been doing that vacation trip, if you will, for quite a few years now. We don't really get to go to the nice beaches or the mountains or anything like that on a family vacation with you guys, but we're also always at Indian Springs with you guys, and to us, that's part of what makes it special down there. Obviously, the camp itself and what goes on there is amazing, and we love that too. I'm not sure I've got any great stories. I mean, PJ and I got involved in youth leadership with you and Barb and loved it at Zor United Methodist Church in Snellville. We did it for a good number of years there. I don't even want to say how many because I'm not sure I'd be right. And we moved there to another church with you and enjoyed our time at that church. You got lured away to Kentucky, and it's been 10 days at Indian Springs ever since. We've seen each other in between for a wedding or two and those sort of things, or a Braves game here or there. But now that you're retired, I know Barb wants to go see the Braves, so maybe you, PJ, Barb, and I can get together and see a Braves game. The best story that comes to mind about our youth time together, and we had a lot of them. I mean, the things, kids sneaking out of rooms, dads on balconies at night trying to catch them, those sort of things. But the one that stands out in my mind the most is game time, and Greg would always come up with a great game right before we got into the serious part at youth. And this particular game was you take an item, a small toy car, and you put it in a box, and out comes a big car, and we kept putting small things in, and bigger versions of it would come out. Well, the last item into the box was a baby doll and diapers, and of course Greg had talked Carter into embarrassing himself, and that baby doll came in, and Carter, clad in a diaper, came out of that box. And I'm sure there's still a few scarred youth today from that image. I know poor Allie Newton probably still isn't right today from the visual she got out of that. Anyway, the things we do to connect with youth, and it was always fun and always something different. And Greg, I owe that all to you. It was a part of my life that I cherish greatly, and our time together as youth leaders and helpers, or whatever you called us, PJ and I loved it, and we loved working with youth and connecting with youth and seeing what we could do to love on them a little bit and show them a little bit about what Jesus looked like. So again, thank you for all you've taught me. Good luck in your retirement, and wish you and Barb all the best. Look forward to seeing you guys soon. Take care.
When I think about my late elementary and early middle school years, there are very few memories that I have that do not include the Rose family. Davey was one of my best friends at the time, and I spent many a weekend at the Blue House on Anderson Avenue. I did not grow up with brothers, so I spent a lot of time taking great joy in annoying Michael and Stephen pretty much on a weekly basis. But what I remember about youth group is just the fun that we had, the fun that we got to have while still learning about Christ and his love for us. Some of the more vivid memories that I have include things such as the Big Mac Challenge, trips to the water slide at Indian Springs, packing into that blue church van to go on little adventures, going up to the Atlanta airport to just kind of walk around and do relay races on the escalators because we could, and just having fun. Greg and Barb were great about letting us just be kids and letting us have fun, but still kind of keeping us under control. But one impact that Greg had on my life as a believer is that he was very candid and honest about his past and mistakes that he made as a young man before coming to Christ. And what that helped lay for me was the foundation that, we do live in a broken world, and we're broken people, and we have a very strong sin nature. And there is nothing that we cannot be redeemed from. Christ's love for us and the blood that he shed overcomes anything that we can do. So thank you, Greg, for that foundation. Good luck on your retirement. You've touched a lot of lives, and I feel certain that that won't end in your retirement. But as I'm sure you will hear one day, well done, good and faithful servant.
Hey, Mr. Greg, I just wanted to thank you for all of the wonderful memories growing up. I think that if I think about my childhood, I'd say 95% of my great memories, like the things that just really stood out, were things that we did with the youth group. You know, my dad was chaperone, and so that was fun, me having that time with him. And you just have the most incredible imagination to come up with all the things that you took us to go do. I mean, we've seen the entire country almost with you on the Lynx trip, and then we went to Tennessee and stayed in a semi-truck and rode mountain bikes and rappelled down rocks, and then good grief, I mean, I can't even think. I just remember Lawrence standing on top of surfing on top of the church bus. Those are things that you just never forget, and we owe all of that. We owe so much to you, and we just thank you for loving on us when we were crazy kids, and just know that you had a huge impact, and we love you, and we're so happy you're getting to retire and play with all your grandbabies, and we hope that we'll see you soon. Love you. Bye.
Thanks, Greg, for everything. It's been a pleasure. Wish you the best. Thank you.
It's been great having y'all these last 3 years. I've probably seen you more than anybody because I was with you all them months of COVID in that empty sanctuary. Glad you were here, and glad we met you.
Hey, Greg. We will miss you and Barb both. We've enjoyed having you here. See you soon.
Greg and Barb, we're going to miss you. It's been a good 3 years, and we'd like to wish you all the very best.
Greg, it's been great working with you in the office. Enjoyed our times and our chats. Barb, gonna miss you. Best of luck to both of you.
Hey, and it's me, and I'm not sure if it's getting me. I will miss you the most of all because, that's me. Anyway, love you guys. Thanks for all you've done. Bye-bye.
Hey, Greg. Congratulations on retirement. I just wanted to say how thankful I am for you and the impact you made on my life. You played a huge role in taking what little faith I had and turning it into real faith in Christ. Your fun adventures, creative games, and fun first, safety second mentality helped mold and shape our youth group. You built community, fellowship, and guided each and every one of us through a very confusing time in our lives. Retired or not, you will forever be the youth guy at Settle. Thank you so much, Greg, for all the seeds you planted and lives you poured into in your ministry. I love you, man, and enjoy your retirement with all your grandbabies.
Hi, I'm Miller Williams, and Greg has been in my life for probably 20 years, and so I've known him longer than I haven't. And I've already been crying trying to do this video. I'm sure everybody else that did these felt the same way. But I think I just want to say to Greg that the kindness that you have spoken into my life will never be forgotten. And you have taught me that even the smallest little things that bring us joy or that we do in honor of God and really coming back to who we actually are, which is our identity in Him. Those things I will never forget. And you have transformed my faith. You, probably more than anyone other than my dad, has honestly guided me and taken me through parts of life that I wasn't sure how I was going to get through it, even though you don't know that. But like your posts that you've been doing every day or every few days, at least for the past year, those have spoken to like the deepest parts of my heart, and my greatest longings have been addressed there. Like, am I loved? Am I worthy? Am I seen? And I think from even the minute that I met you, I felt all of those things. And like, you are just a conduit of the Holy Spirit. And I just want to say thank you for everything you've done for me.
Hi Greg, this is Tiffany Mulligan. I just want to say thank you for all you've done for all the youth over the years. And I remember spending time with you in youth group, and I always looked up to you, and I want to thank you for allowing me to participate in the youth group even after high school, and especially for letting me go on the trip to Puerto Rico. It was one of the best experiences of my life, and I just want to say God bless you and all you do, and happy retirement. Bye.
Hey, congratulations, Greg, from Patty and I. Just want to say it was wonderful. What an exciting time that we had together back at Settle when Shout started, and just want to say what a blessing you have been to our family. I can for sure tell you that you are Jonathan's favorite all-time youth pastor, and then you took over Shout, and you did an awesome job, of course, and we just wish you many, many more blessed days ahead.
And I know your ministry will continue. You'll always minister, and I just want to say I hope we can be friends, and I hope you plan on being friends for a long time, since we share 4 beautiful grandchildren. Love you.
Love you, Greg. See ya.
Hi, Greg. Congratulations on your retirement. We're so excited for you and for your family. We're excited that you'll be back in Owensboro, so we'll get to see you more often. I just want to thank you for everything that you have done for our family over these past several years. I will always remember helping with youth group, especially mission trips, getting lost, randomly repairing tires at really sketchy car places in Arizona. And what I will always remember most about you is your passion, the love that you have for those kids, and the love that you have really for just about anyone you've ever come across. And so we are so incredibly happy for you, and want to celebrate your ministry over these many years. And we know you are far from done when it comes to bringing people the love of Christ. And so we know you're going to continue to do that. And we're excited to spend more time with you.
Congratulations.
Greg Rose, happy retirement, my friend. It's your old pal, K-Love, here to just wish you a huge congratulations on your retirement. So many years of faithful service to Jesus and just discipling people. I'm certainly one of those people that have benefited from learning from you in my early years in youth group. And as I was thinking about some stories and memories, the countless hours of time spent in the church vans kept coming to mind. And there are plenty of crazy stories to tell about you, Greg Rose, but I don't know, there was something about those hours spent in the church vans that I keep thinking back on, and I was able to sit in the stillness of those moments and just watch you interact with all of us crazy youth kiddos. And there's something just about the way that you would navigate and get from one place to another, that there's just a really deep trust in our Good Shepherd. And that's one of the many things that I take away from just being under your leadership for 4 years in college or in high school. And man, I'm just so thankful for you. So well done. on your many years of faithful service, and I hope you enjoy retirement with your precious family and grandbabies. Love you, buddy.
Hi, Greg. I'm Beta Fleener, and the big guy in the other photo is Sutton, the newest member of the Fleener family. Although we have never met you, we know a lot about you from our humans, Ian and Ashton. Oh, the stories we have heard, like the time the church van got stuck in the middle of a river, or the time they rode a New York subway at 3 a.m. so they could see a Maroon 5 concert in Times Square. Wow, all that sounds fun and a little bit crazy, but what we are most thankful for is all the love, care, compassion, direction, and time you gave to our humans. We see the results of that in their lives today, especially when we make a mess with the trash and they still love us unconditionally. Anyway, thanks for being Greg. Congrats on your retirement and much love from the Fleener family. Oh, yeah, Sutton wanted me to ask, have you found your dog, Pepe?
Hey, I'm Lisa Turner, and Greg was my youth minister back in the 90s at Zor United Methodist. And it is so hard to describe such a legend to me. Like, how do you describe someone that meant so much to you and was such a huge part of your growing up? For me, Greg was the first adult I had ever been around that had fun, that didn't act like an adult. He was crazy. He was so fun, and he still is today. But I can remember just in awe of all the fun things that he would do with us. My absolute favorite game we would play was when somebody new came and didn't know the game. We would love to play it where you have to put a sheet over balls, and you had to guess what ball was underneath the sheet, and you lifted it up really fast. But under one of the balls, actually at the end, would end up being somebody's crazy head. Most of the time it was Greg. I remember thinking that was so fun. And anytime a year would go by and there were, a couple new youth group members, I would want us to play that game because it was so funny to watch people's reactions when they would lift up that sheet and a head would be under there and not a ball. I also remember this story he would tell, and I don't exactly remember the story, but whenever we would have ice cream, it was about a kid that didn't know how to eat ice cream right, and he would take his ice cream cone as he was telling the story, and the end of the story, the kid would put his ice cream cone on the top of his head. He would always make a mess over his head, and I would always beg him to tell that story when new people hadn't heard it, because I love the ice cream story. I'd love to hear it again soon, because I can't even remember how the story goes. To me, Greg is someone that made me feel so incredibly special. I can remember walking into the gym at Zor when youth was about to start and him screaming my name from the top of his lungs, Lisa! As soon as I would walk in. And I can remember being embarrassed, but also feeling so special. He just made you feel like it was so important that you were there and that you were so loved. And it was just always such an incredible feeling to be part of his youth group. He married me and my husband. To me, that's a huge memory for me, and how special that was to have someone that loved us. Me and my husband both met each other in Greg's youth group, so there's just so many memories. It's hard to put into words how much he has meant to my life. I'll end on this note that if you mention Greg, the one thing I always think of is how he gets lost. And how we used to always get lost on youth trips. That was before GPS, before we could look it up on a device, and we would always somehow get lost, and it became like the running joke. I assume he did that with other youth groups, and I assume he's still getting lost today. But Greg, you mean so much to me. You mean so much to me and my husband. We are so thankful for the role you've played in our lives, and we love you.
Hey Greg, heard you're retiring. Hope you have a good retirement. We did some crazy stuff at youth group, and hopefully you keep that up even after you retire, and I'll see you around Owensboro. I hear you're moving back.
Hi, Greg. And of course, hi, Barb. I have to include Barb in this because she has been with you from the very beginning of your journey through all the years that you have helped so many people, Barb has been right there with you. So this really goes equally to both of you. But Greg, congratulations on your retirement. It's amazing, your service to God and to the people that are around you in your church and in every bit of ministry that you have done every step of the way. Every step that you have made has always been in the service of God and for other people, and that has been truly a blessing to so many. I have such fond memories of you, and you were always so inclusive and so wonderful to all the young kids. And we were so young when we started with MYF in Fort Valley, and you didn't make us feel like we were young kids. You made us feel like we were really a part of everything that was going on, when it was the choir trip or the Links trip. And yes, it is the one of my craziest memories was the Links trips. It was so much fun and so crazy, particularly the one where the chili incident. So I won't go much more into that, because I'm sure you'll remember that and laugh about it, because I still do, and I tell people about it all the time. But thank you for being such an amazing person and helping so many people along the way. I just wish you the best in your next step, and thank Barb as much as well, because of her support and her love for you has really made it possible for you to be the person that you are. So congratulations to both of you.
Greg, Brian and I just want to wish you all the best in your retirement. My family has been blessed by you in so many ways. God definitely knew what he was doing when he brought you into our lives. I hope you enjoy your retirement, your time with Barb, and all those sweet grandbabies. Thanks for being a Christ-like example in all that you do, and for loving my family throughout the years. God bless.
Hi, Greg. I hope you and Barb and your family are doing well in every way. And I'm happy to be among those who are wishing you the best in your retirement. Actually, when I got the invitation, I was in my strawberry patch picking berries. It's been a bumper crop this year, so when I finished, the bowl I was using was overflowing with fruit. I thought to myself, now that is the perfect image for Greg's life and ministry, overflowing with fruit. Now, I'm sure there'll be many who talk about their time with you as their youth pastor. And your family will surely talk about your adventurous spirit and the wonderful moments that you all have shared. I guess what I'd like to add personally is that you are among one of the best practicing Christians that I've ever met. I've always said to Lori that if I was ever in trouble, I'd pray to the Lord to send me somebody like Greg Rose. Somebody that's gracious and generous. For me, you always embodied 1 Peter 3:15. Be ready in season and out of season to give a reason for the hope that is within you. You were always ready. Whether it was at the jail or on the sidewalk or even sitting in a suit waiting to take a plunge in a dunking tank, you were always a witness to good news. I learned that you were really good at music trivia, and you were one of the few folks who could find a more dependable and less expensive car and keep it running longer than I could. Well, I'm told that this is a timed event, and I believe my time is up. Now, you may be retiring from appointments, but one thing I know is that you're not retiring from serving, because that's just who you are. And that's just another reason I'm proud to call you friend.
Hi, Greg. I just wanted to wish you a wonderful retirement that you and Barb deserve, and I enjoy watching your family grow on Facebook. I haven't seen y'all in a long time, but I'm wishing you both the very best, and I will continue to watch y'all on Facebook. So happy retirement, and God bless you.
Yay! Happy retirement, Gregory Rose. Happy retirement to my dad. You're the most deserving person ever. And I love you. And I know whatever you do next, you're going to be just rocking it. Something I truly admire about you, Greg, is your adventurous spirit. You are never scared about anything, and you always put your faith first, and that's something I admire about you. Something that we did that took a little bit of faith was whenever we skydived for Jamie's birthday. It was just so unforgettable, and I'll never, ever, ever forget riding in your RV to Waverly to jump out of an airplane. What were we thinking? But together we did it, and I just feel like I just truly admire you and all of the crazy things that we've done in youth group. You're just so funny, and you're so full of life, and I just love you so much, Greg, and you're one of my favorite people ever. So I love you. Happy retirement. Enjoy it.
Greg, we wish you the happiest retirement possible. We have certainly enjoyed your years of service at Mumfordville First United Methodist Church, and we're going to miss you, but we know you're in for a wonderful time. We've enjoyed some good times at the River Cabin on Green River, and we hope for more of those to come.
Thank you, Greg.
And Greg, if you're ever ready to go back down on Green River on a raft, you just contact me, but we're not going to go on a day when the river is high, as I saw you go one time.
Me too. Thank you, Uncle.
Can you see me?
Yes.
Hey, Greg! Y'all meant a lot to us while you've been here. Us and our family, and we're very grateful for Andrew's baptism. We will never forget that. Lots of great pictures and lots of great memories from that. And we just hope that you all have a great retirement. Enjoy those grandbabies, and hope to see you again very, very soon.
Happy retirement.
Happy retirement.
Remember the time when we used to go to the hot chocolate stand? I really love doing that with you.
Hey, Greg. We just left you and Barb about 30 minutes ago. We got to worship with you at church today in Mumfordville, and then spent several hours on the Green River kayaking with you guys. We had a great time. Just kind of want to piggyback on your sermon today. You talked about spiritual leaders that have made an impact on you, and as we were kayaking today in some of our silent moments, I thought about that and all the conversations that Lee and I have had throughout the years as our kids were in youth group and you were our minister at Settle, how we pretty much feel the same way about you. You have mentored our kids and been a great role model and laid that foundation for their spiritual growth, and you've also done that to us as well. We consider you and Barb great friends, and just can't say enough about the impact that you have made for God on this earth. You are a true disciple, and we are so blessed to know you. I do have some funny things I like to remember. I'll never forget, I can't remember how many calls I got from Greg, the youth guy at Settle. Those always brought a smile to my face because I knew something fun was coming after that for the kids to participate in or have an adventure in at youth group that night. You are always able to bring joy and laughter to all the mission trips that we've had, from silly games like look down, look up, look down, look up, and just little things like that that would make the time pass when we had to wait for like the subway, or when the kids just have to wait and the kids would get impatient. From silly things like that all the way to the foot washing ceremony at the end of the week. And I can just remember so many youth feeling the Holy Spirit that night, and what an emotional service that was for each and every kid on all your mission trips. And just so glad that I could be a part of that and witness the Holy Spirit working in the lives of those young people. Lee and I are looking forward to your retirement, because you and Barb are going to be moving to Owensboro, and we're going to have another couple to do lots of fun stuff with. So we look forward to seeing you soon, and having some adventures in Owensboro, and going back to Uganda. We talked about lots of things today that we'd like to do. Happy retirement, and stay cool, Greg.
Hey Greg, congratulations on your pseudo retirement. I say pseudo because I think we both know that just because you're technically going to stop working for a paycheck, it doesn't mean that you're going to stop working to put good out into the world. I just wanted to give you a quick thank you for all the wonderful things that you did, not only for me personally, but for the youth at Settle and just everybody that you interacted with. You're one of the kindest, most generous people that I've ever met. You positively impact everybody that you interact with. And I know that a lot of us from the youth group would not still be Christians to this day if we didn't have you in our lives to not so much focus on teach us what to believe, but teach us how to believe it. I think you did a fantastic job of entertaining our questions, our doubts, and not making us feel dumb or belittled for having those thoughts. So thank you for investing so much in us. Now that you're coming back to Owensboro, hopefully we can invest a little bit more time in you that you so much deserve. And keep on living a good life. I hope that you find some rest in your retirement and get to just be the mellow, loving, fantastic Christian man that you are. So thank you. We appreciate you, and we all love you. So yeah, have a great retirement, Greg. Thanks.
Favorite was when we went out to Arizona and we were actually staying in a school on I believe it was the Navajo reservation, and we were doing a lot of projects there, but we did take a day off to go caving or go splunking, and it was so much fun. Like, we all went and I just loved it. And he said, okay, if anybody wants to go back, we can go back again and go even further. So I raised my hand and wanted to go back because I really enjoyed it. And we got to go much deeper and follow these different strings and arrows that led you deeper and deeper into different parts of the cave where people were I still remember very vividly where everybody was trying to find how Geronimo could have gotten out of the cave, and they would leave string or write themselves notes, because the legend was he went in one side, went out the other, and people were trying to find the exit. But it definitely strikes me now as an adult who is tired all the time, and would I have would I be the one to say, hey, I'm going to go back and take people a second time to have even a bigger experience, and even as an adult, I feel like as adults we don't live as much, with the stress of everyday life. You can forget to enjoy those types of experiences, and that is something that I feel like you do so well, is not be so constrained, see things from, you know, a bigger perspective, and still have wonder and amazement in the world even after all of your travels, and having seen so much that even, you know, something like going in a cave can still seem interesting and enjoyable to do. So it's definitely something that I try to remind myself when all I want to do is, you know, nap, because I'm so tired, that there's a whole lot that you could be missing out on, and not to let age be one of those factors. Anyhow, love you guys, and congratulations.
Hey Greg, happy retirement from the Alvies
and the Millsat family.
Greg, I'm just so thankful that we got to be in ministry together. I just think about all the things that are going on at Settle that you had a part in. I think about the Audubon partnership with Audubon Elementary, the jail and prison ministry, St. Benedict's, and the list just goes on. And your influence is just in so many of those ministries. And I'm just grateful that I was able to be a part of that with you, and just so excited for you and Barb to enter this next phase of life together.
That's right. We're so happy for you guys. We are forever grateful that our children were part of the youth with you. You really set them on the good path for their adulthood, and they know what it's supposed to look like and how you're supposed to be, except for the van breaking down. But beyond that, you just have led them and taught them so much, and your example has just been extraordinary for all of them. So we are very, very grateful to have had you here. And we're thrilled that you're coming back to the Owensboro area. So, happy retirement.
Happy retirement.
Greg, hey buddy. Happy retirement. Nobody's earned it like you, man. Love you so much. I can't tell you how many times I get in situations and I'm like, golly, man, I was doing this with my youth minister and fill in the blank. And, you know, I learned how to do that from my youth minister and fill in the blank. And I can only imagine how many people have had similar experiences as me. And I just, there's nobody probably besides my father that has had more of an influence on my life than you have. And I'll forever be grateful. I thank you for showing me love and being crazy and wild and showing me the heart of Jesus and doing everything you could to raise a good family and just love the Lord. And obviously Stephen and Michael and I are getting to work together, and I don't know, you just leave such an awesome legacy behind. And I'm just proud that I got to call you my youth minister and my friend, and nobody has earned this retirement like you. I love you dearly. If you ever need anything, you call me.
Well, Mr. Rose, I just want to say how proud I am of you, how much I love you, how your ministry for every bit of the life that I've known of you has just been stellar, that you've given of yourself not only to your family but to others, that your faith is unwavering, that you have always walked out and spoken of things that you believe to be true and right. And I'm really proud of you. You are the man of my dreams. And now let's see what God has for us next. I love you. I'm proud of you.